round, baby.
One round. Okay. So I think that, yes, if we go on target, yes, we're going to kill the cartel. Okay. The thing I will tell you, I think getting to target is a lot harder now with
Okay,
FPV drones.
this is what I was gonna say, and did you see I was on the Task and Purpose video, his big
I,
video on the cartels?
I haven't seen it.
I provided sort of the counter narcotics special operations would be involved, and that was my point. Like, what's the target? Who's the target? How do you even fucking action that in Mexico? Do you think, like, people think like, oh, the CIA? You think the CIA, the cartel, like Jake's is talking about, this is an actual crime syndicate that spans the like entire country of Mexico. This we're talking about. They own police forces, they own politicians, they own half the government, they own bureaucracy systems. Like, huge portions of businesses by civilians are just owned and operated by the cartels. You don't just go in and be like, oh, the bad guys are over there, and then you go do a hit. And then not only that, this isn't fucking Fallujah, bro, in 2006, where you roll up into Tijuana and you're like, hey, call outs. If you're if you're not a bad guy, everybody out, because we're coming in to kill everybody in the city tomorrow at noon. Like, you can't do any of that. And when you get in a gunfight, you think the AC-130 can just start laying waste to a Mexican city? None of that is a thing, right? So getting to the point where Delta Force could even like hit targets, bro, that's going to take years of partnership building, intel gathering, counter narcotics, figuring out where all this shit is in Mexico. That's where I'm like, it's, and I don't want people to think like we shouldn't do it because it's going to be hard. I don't agree with that statement, but we got to handle our side of the border. That's step A. All right. And when we do that, like I talked about in the task and purpose video, you start cutting the border off completely. You start cutting off that money to the cartels. There's hundreds of thousands of fucking cartel members in the United States that own businesses, right? That live here. And you think if you're a local politician, police forces, and you start fucking over the local cartels, what do you think's going to start happening here in America? You're going to start seeing the local mayor's kids get kidnapped and their heads fucking cut off, man. Like, Americans got to realize, if you want this war, if you really want this war, right, we may win it in 10, 20 years, but it ain't going to be victimless, homie. Like, that's what I
Nope.
want people to realize. That doesn't mean
And
we shouldn't do it, but America, you better be fucking ready for what that means.